Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode on procurement spend analysis. Over the past 2-3 weeks, you have seen a couple of use cases. First, we found out how to discover cost saving opportunities, and second, we found out how to analyze hidden tail and execute so that you can get those cost saving opportunities. Well, in this episode, we are going to enter into a completely new area. This is procurement fraud analytics or suspicious transaction analysis. Let's jump right into it. Now, this is the data set that we have been working with over past 2-3 weeks. But before jumping right into the suspicious transaction analysis, I would like to work and explain you my approach. There are two use cases that we are going to focus on. Budget split attempts, that's number one, and the second one is unit price deviations. Now, why we are starting with these two is because procurement fraud analytics can become quite tricky to manage in Excel, but with these two use cases, it's rather simple to understand and build your framework, and then later on we can add a layer of complexity as we go. So let's start with the first one, which is budget split attempts. Now, what exactly is budget split attempt? It's very simple. Every organization in procurement will have approval hierarchy, and depending upon the purchase order value, generally the approval hierarchy gets more complex. So for example, if I have to release a PO of USD 10,000, let's say my approval hierarchy would be I need approvals from two managers. If I'm releasing a purchase order of USD 2,500, maybe I need approval only from one manager. And this is where the problem comes from. A person technically, instead of releasing one purchase order of USD 10,000, can release 4 purchase orders of USD 2,500. And with that, he can avoid going to two managers, and only one manager, if he is not careful, can approve 4 purchase orders. This exactly is the behavior of a budget split attempt and what we are going to focus in this session. Let me get rid of this. Now, I want to take a pause here, and I want you to get a solid understanding on the logic that we are going to speak now, because it forms the fundamental unit of how to look procurement transactions from a fraud analytics perspective. Because what we're looking for is outliers, we are looking for cases which don't make sense. So the first case of budget split attempts, we are looking for a logic which says purchase orders released on same day with same supplier for same product having same unit price. As I said, I want you to absorb this logic before we move forward, because the execution is only half of it. I'm going to repeat this one more time. Purchase orders released on same day with same supplier for same product having same unit price. Take a pause, absorb this logic, and then come back to this video. This is exactly what we discussed a while back. Now let's try to build on this logic using the data set that we have, which is here. As always, I'm going to insert my favorite pivot table here. And remember, I'm adding this data to the data model. If you have no clue what I'm speaking right now, pause this video, go and watch my previous 2 videos on spend analysis, and you will know the reason why I'm doing this for the data model here. Press OK. I think the sheet 9 is here. Let's call it as budget splits. Okay. All right, so let's start with the same PO date, which is here. Hold on, there you go. So this is the same PO date. I will get rid of the year, quarter, month. I don't need this. Then I'm going to go for the same product name, same supplier, and the unit price. Okay, for now I'm dropping the unit price under supplier A. Okay, and there can be nuances of different unit prices, different PO line items. We can deal with all those complexities after this, but let's start with the simplistic scenario. Okay, so PO date, product name, supplier name, unit price. All I need now is the count of purchase orders, and to do that we have a PO number here. Just drop it and you have a count. Now one means basically there is only one purchase order which was released on that day with this product for this supplier at this unit price, and which is fine. This is not what we are looking for. We are looking for cases where the count is more than one, and I'll show you the reason why. So 15th of December 2021, let's zoom into this. Let me freeze it. Okay, let me show you what we are looking for. So on 15th of December, let me collapse this right away. 15th of December, there were 4 purchase orders which were released for product A, 1 for product B, and 3 for product C. I don't like this. Now it's better. All right. So let's see why we released 4 purchase orders for product A on 15th of December. Okay, we released to supplier A at a unit price of 1000, but we released 4 purchase orders. Sounds like a budget split attempt. Go back if you don't understand, look for the logic that we just discussed. And to be absolutely sure, I want to know the PO numbers. What I can do is just drag PO numbers at here, and you have 4 purchase order numbers at 4 different price point. 4 purchase order numbers with the same unit pricing. As I said, I am not covering right now where you have cases of PO number is same but you have different line items. We can cover and add that complexity later, but I want you to get hold of this concept first. All right, so this is a potential budget split attempt, and this is exactly what we need to catch. Now let's look at another example for product C. Same issue, may or may not be. Let's see, collapse it. No, this is fine. See, only 1 purchase order released to supplier C, D, G. This is fine. Let's look at 6th of January. And for product C again, I have 3 purchase orders, but with 3 different suppliers. So this is fine. Product B, yes. So now this case becomes another example of budget split attempt. Why? Because supplier B got 3 purchase orders at a unit price of 90. Okay, and this is another budget split attempt. Now you may be thinking that it is not possible for us to check this one by one, and I absolutely agree with you. This exercise has to be scalable because the number of transactions can run into thousands, hundreds of thousands, right? So how to make this activity scalable? Well, here's a trick to do that. What I generally do, I go into design. Now follow these steps carefully. I go into design, and first I'm going to change the layout of my pivot table from here. Click on report layout and select tabular form. It changes the structure, and again choose repeat all item labels. Now what this thing will do, instead of a compact form, it gives you a bit more tabular form data, something like this. Okay, now I don't need PO number, so I'm going to get rid of this. All right, let's expand for now, and now you can see we have this, but it's not showing me for all, so I'm going to expand it entire. 1 second. Yeah, so now I have everything. All right, and this is all we need for now, because I'm looking for counts more than one. So what I can do is I can copy this table, right, and I'm going to insert a new table and call it as output of budget split, and paste the table here. And it's very simple now. All I need to do is to, instead I will freeze this. Now there are two ways to do it. I'll just call it as a focus. Either you can do a filter at the top and exclude the ones, because those are okay, and these are your budget split attempts. That's one way. Again, you would have to type manually budget split attempts, copy paste. What I generally do is I would do a simple if formula, because that works for me. So if this count is greater than 1, then I would say this is budget split attempt, and the second would be ignore, because those cases are okay. That's it, the formula is in, and these are my cases of budget split attempts. I'm saving this file. How many cases have I detected? I have detected 35 cases, and this is what I'm going to write here. Suspicious transaction. First one, budget split attempts, 35 cases. 35 cases. Okay, good. So this completes the first exercise. Now I want you to absorb this logic, and I cannot emphasize it enough. Take a jab at this approach using this technique that I have just taught you, and in the next video we will dive into the unit price deviations, and then I'll show you one technique to modify your source data so that you can organize or build a procurement fraud analytics specific pivot table / dashboard. Thank you for watching this video. Now, as you might know that this initiative of sharing procurement best practices is part of my project called Super Negotiate. And I insist you to share this link, this repository of the videos with your colleagues who can benefit from these initiatives. My name is Gaurav, and thank you for watching this video today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.